Hello and welcome to 615 Live. That's right, we are live, right coming to you via YouTube all over the world. Well, maybe a few places. But anyway, I see there's quite a few of you out there watching right now. We appreciate you taking your time, coming in and watching us live right now. So, why do we do this? Why is 615 local doing a live broadcast? Well, I'll tell you what, it's because I don't like to edit video. Another reason is it allows me to interact with the audience, allows our guests to interact with the audience, and that way you can ask us questions of our guests, ask me questions if you feel like it. Mostly the guests get all the questions. So, anyway, moving right along. So, another reason I started this up back in the pandemic was because I just saw a little, how do I put this? Unfairness going on between small businesses, local businesses having to shut down, doing things a certain way that larger companies didn't really have to adhere to because they were considered essential. So, I know we all need groceries, we all needed this and that, but there was things that I felt was unfair. So I did what I wanted to do and just get out there and help promote and support those local businesses. Now that things have opened back up, I just wanted to keep on going. I want to continue to support local because hearing the local business stories and hearing so much about why they are in business and their passion for doing what they do drove me to continue on. One thing we did do is start up 615local.co, which is an online business community where businesses can go on and get themselves registered on there. Right now, we are doing that for one time, one fee only for the rest of their lives for $99. It's a one-time setup fee. A business can go on there as long as you're in the 615 area code. You don't have to have a 615 area code phone number, but your business has to be somewhere in that 615 area code, which covers about 14 counties. So if you are. Go ahead and get signed up. Pay the one-time $99 fee. I think you get a 7-day trial period. You can go on there and kind of test out the platform. Check it out. 615local.co. Scrolling at the bottom of your screen. You cannot miss it. Go check it out. And if you're interested in local businesses, how you can support them, go check that out, that site, and make sure that you are supporting local businesses that are on there. All right, so moving along, what we have, another thing we want to talk about is I noticed, let me add this up on the screen. University of Alabama came out with this benefits of supporting small businesses, local businesses, same thing. This is a really good article, and I'm going to link this in the show notes when I get done. But I just wanted to point out a few things that they were talking about. And sorry, I got to look off screen a little bit because my other monitor is where this actually is, and I can't read it on the other screen. So it says small business owners are treasure the relationship they have with their customers. That's why they can give personalized customer service. They really get to know their customers. And I'll guarantee you, most small business owners out there know who their customers are and know what their needs are and how to service them. Bigger businesses, they have employees that are probably not as in tune to who's coming through the door. Not saying that with all of them, but most of them, it's just like get in, get out. You don't really want to interact with anybody. So today I noticed, went down to LBN, the lady I interviewed last weekend. I went down to her business and I noticed all the interaction that she was having with customers and how she was taking her time and not rushing so she could explain everything to them. And I just like, wow, what customer service you get from a small local business like that. So when you get time, go through this article. It's really worth reading and understanding how supporting local benefits all of us, benefits our communities, benefits those families that own them, their kids, and so forth. So I definitely would like you to take time to read that. And I will put that in the show notes when I get done because I don't want you reading it now. I want you watching us. So, all right. So, hey, I talked about 615local.co. This is what the site looks like. You can go in here, look up local businesses just by searching for them or by location. If you type in the word coffee, it's going to give you coffee shops. If you just put in Nashville, and then coffee up here is just going to give you the ones within the Nashville radius. So another thing you can do is you can go in here and look at some articles that we have posted, which is, I'm not the biggest writer on the planet, but anyway, we have a few decent articles in here. We're going to start trying to get more in here because we realize content is king, and we really want to bring content to you the best way we can all the time, and not just once a week doing a live. Obviously, we have a couple of events we want to bring up that are coming up here shortly. I know Pink Christmas, this breast cancer car show, is coming up. It looks like the 21st, so that's next week. Is that right? I don't even know what day it is. Yeah, I think that's next weekend. So the 21st, go out and benefit this. This money helps support breast cancer research, and I think you'll have a good time. Some great cars are going to be out there. It's going to be at the Rivergate Mall. If you know where the Rivergate Mall is, get up there and check it out. You can go on our events page and get more information. We did have a cruise in that was going to happen this month. I decided not to do it. I had something else going on. So we're going to bump that to September. So it looks like the end of September, on September 26th, we are going to have another cruise in at Music Valley Village. That's right in front of Nashville Coffees. If you know where Nashville Palace is and Cooters and all that is, right behind that is Music Valley, Music Valley Village. And be sure to come out and hang out with us from 11 to 2 on that Sunday on the 26th of September. So we got a while. We'll talk about it again. But anyway, so, there's a lot going on out there right now. I know we have the Wilson County Fair going on, which now is combined with the Tennessee State Fair, because this is the first year the Tennessee State Fair has not been in Nashville. That's wild. Because that's been going on probably before I was even born. Who knows? Now they're combined it with Wilson County, and from what I hear, it's a fantastic fair. If you want anything fried, they got it. You go out there and they will make you fried corn on the cob, fried ice cream. I don't know how you fry ice cream without it melting. I don't get how that works, but somebody figured it out. Probably fried Doritos, who knows? But anyway, give it a shot. But anyway, hey, I want to give a quick shout out to our shirt vendor. He has done an exceptional job getting shirts out, because we've been doing some giveaways, and I've just like, hey, I need more shirts. And that is the Chomp Shop down in Nolensville. Chris, you're awesome. We love you. Thank you for all you do and helping us get that product out. And one thing I want to say, he's helping get up a online store. So pretty soon we're going to have a merch site where you can go on and buy these shirts. And hopefully soon we're going to have some hats together and a few other things. So, but you know what? Enough about us. Enough about what's going on. Everybody's here to meet our guest, to talk to our guest, or at least hear from her. Maybe ask her some questions. So let me bring her up fully on the screen here and unmute her mic so she can say hello. Hey, Rachel with Nashville Hot Sweets. How you doing?
Hi, Dan. I'm wonderful. How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm having a great time. I'm so glad you're here. And just for transparency, everybody, she's in the same spot my last guest was, downstairs in my kitchen / dining room area. And I appreciate her driving in just so we can have a good broadcast for everybody and make this interesting.
Absolutely.
So, hey, let's see. So looks like we got a few people on just saying hi. There's Miami Maybe. I'm not sure who that is, saying hello from Nashville. I see my daughter's on. She telling me she might need to visit again. I hope she does, because, I love it when my kids come to visit me. It makes me feel like they still love me. So, but anyway, hey, Rachel, everybody's here to hear about you and your amazing products. And so I'm just going to dive right into it. What got you into starting something that's going to just make people's tongues set on fire?
Well, it wasn't my intention to make everybody's tongues on fire to begin with. I actually started this when my husband, who is a spicy food fanatic, came to me saying that he couldn't find anything that was spicy and sweet, to satiate both of those cravings at once. So I shopped around for a little bit, looking to see if anybody else made candy and or anything that he was looking for. Everything that we found had kind of a pepper bitter taste to it. So I started making my own candy and trying all types of different methods and recipes. And over 3 years, perfected a recipe using my husband and my brother-in-law as true guinea pigs to see how hot we could get it and how mild we could get it with still getting a little spice response. And finally got it down to a very specific type of hard candy that I infused with capsaicin. And they loved it so much that they told me I had to bring it to market. My brother-in-law is a cave engineer, and he goes into caves for days at a time sometimes. And he was giving my candy to his teammates to keep them awake to be focused underground. And it was when they started asking for more that I realized that there was really a marketability and a chance for it to be a product. So we brought it to market in March.
So for 3 years, you were just pretty much serving two dudes that
Yes.
really just wanted some hot candy, and then obviously you said your brother-in-law, correct?
Yes.
Your brother-in-law, for some reason, loves to crawl around tight caves and stuff. That I don't understand because
Me
I
either.
would get claustrophobic as hell. But he was using this candy to help keep his workmates alert because of the heat. It would provide something that would just wake them up, right?
Yes, exactly.
So what kept their eyes from watering while they're down there in the cave?
I think that they just live through the pain and the reaction under there. I think it's uncomfortable enough as it is that capsaicin doesn't really make it that much more uncomfortable or not too much to bear at least.
So you're saying this word that I'm going to probably butcher. So it starts capsaicin. I probably said it wrong, but anyway, tell us exactly what that is.
Well, capsaicin is the essence of spiciness in any raw pepper or cooked pepper that you eat. The actual the ingredient in the pepper is capsaicin that makes it spicy. If you took that away, it would just be pepper flavor. So I use basically just pure capsaicin to put into my candy rather than using a whole pepper and you have that pepper taste along with it. I use pure capsaicin, so it's just pure candy taste, and you get that really full flavor of whatever flavor that you chose.
That's awesome. And how many flavors currently do you have on market?
Well, currently we have 12 flavors and 2 heat levels. But we're actually going through an elimination right now where I'm cutting it back down to 6 flavors so that I can bring a few more surprise mystery products to the market that will be spicy and sweet as well. So right now we have all 12 flavors. 6 are sour and 6 are just plain fruit flavors. But we're cutting it down and flavors are getting cut right now. But we hope to have it down to our 6 top sellers at the end of it.
So you haven't decided which flavors you're cutting, or you're just not going to tell us?
So far, I think, done 3 flavors so far. And I know the results of the polls from those. It's on our Instagram. You can go and vote in our Instagram stories for the poll. And I know what flavors are getting through so far, but it surprises me every time. I love seeing people show up for what they love. They're like, don't take my flavor away.
So if they haven't voted, they better get on there and do it, because
Absolutely.
if you're not speaking up for what you want and the flavors, snooze you lose. There you
Yeah.
go. So
Gotta get your
you
voice
better
out there and vote.
get on that Instagram. I think I've seen that, and I have not. I'm going to be transparent as can be. I have not tried this product yet. I'm going to do it here in a little bit, and I'm very interested to see what my reaction is, and hopefully I won't start crying. So, hey, Rachel, we talked, going back, you said you did this for 3 years for your brother-in-law and your husband, and then you brought it to market. What was that process like for you? What made you finally say, okay, it's time to go public? Well, not public on the Wall Street, but public to bring your product out.
Of course. Well, definitely this was kind of my pandemic pivot. I really feel like the pandemic is what kind of spurred me to want to make this into a business, and kind of gave me the time really to put the marketing materials together, the look of everything that I wanted, and gave me the time to really spend building the brand the way I wanted to make it. I wanted to make it true to Nashville. That's very important to me. And I also, want to represent the phrase Nashville hot. I want it to be everything that you expect it to be when you hear the name Nashville Hot Sweets. So I took a little bit of the pandemic to kind of put everything together. And then in March of this year, I felt like it was finally ready to test on some people who were paying real money for it. And ever since, it's just grown and grown. And I've been so happy to see how well received it has been.
So your public sales, let's say, where do you mostly sell your product when you're doing it one-on-one?
Oh, like person to person?
Yeah, correct.
I do a lot of vendor events. Right now, I've done a few outside of Nashville, but I'm really looking forward to an event we have with the Pilgrimage Festival in Franklin, which is just outside of Nashville. And it will be a music festival where we're a vendor. And that is going to be a lot of fun to see how how people react in a music venue setting. But that's where I like to meet my customers and try to explain what the product is to begin with. Because most people haven't had spicy candy at all, and they definitely haven't had my spicy candy.
Well, we know how big Nashville hot chicken is. I mean, that is like a staple. If you live here or visit here, for some reason, you have to go get a chicken that will burn your tongue. So, Hattie B's and Princess Chicken and all that. So I think you got a product that complements that as well. If they're willing to eat some hot chicken, they definitely need some hot candy. And if they like the hot chicken, they're going to like the hot candy. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try this one right here. Let's get a close-up of that. That is your cherry one. Now, you gave me two different heat levels. This one's hot. Mm-hmm. I don't if anybody can see that. I put the one that said herd on it way to the side so I didn't accidentally grab the wrong package, because I'm like, look, I'm going to start with the lowest level. So I'm going to rip that open here.
I'm going to join you here.
Okay,
join in the burn.
Let's make it a party. Hot candy. Now, should I do one piece or two?
I would say start with one and see how it feels.
So that's the size of it right there. It's kind of like a, what do you call that? Like an octagon shape?
Yeah, it's a hexagon. It's a hexagon, yeah.
Okay, well, I was close.
You're very close, very close.
All right, so here we go.
And this is my mildest heat level. I would put this right above like a hot tamale, somewhere in between a hot tamale and an atomic fireball, as far as the level of spice.
I can taste the flavor. It's making my mouth water for sure. And,
As soon as you swallow.
A little. If you swallow any of that saliva, you start filling it back in here for sure.
Yes. And that's where it lingers.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do the hurt on here, because I think we would just have to probably end the broadcast, and you have to take over and host and ask yourself your own question. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm really surprised I'm still tasting that cherry flavor, but I'm really getting that heat. Now it's pulmulating. I don't know if that's the right word, but really filling my mouth with the heat.
So, it definitely spreads.
It definitely does spread. Now, you actually have all of the required information on the back of these packages. What kind of process did you have to go through to get that all done? I know that's probably like a scientific thing you got to send off and have them
It
go
is.
through it all.
It is. And we are, I'm currently in the process of switching up things just very slightly as far as the packaging for wholesale and for it to be a little bit better for stores. By the end of the year, I really hope to be wrapping the candies individually, so that will change the nutritional information, but that is all scientific. You have to send it off. I do everything out of a commercial kitchen. So you always have to have certain, requirements on your packaging as far as verbiage for that and for listing your ingredients. And I like to add the not for children on there. That's not necessarily required, but I have 4 children and they begged me to try this. And now I have to tell them that any of the candy that I'm giving them is not spicy. They ask, is this spicy? So I wouldn't give it to kids.
So it sounds like you might have tried this. You finally let them try it, or you have not?
They begged and begged and begged me because, I made it around them for so many years. And it kind of makes the air a little bit spicy when you make it. And so they were just so interested, and I begged to try it. And now they're definitely scarred from that. Now I'm sure this Halloween it'll be, is any of this candy spicy, Mommy?
So Seth, I guess this must be your brother-in-law. Seth the cave worm. Worm. Oh, worm.
Cave worm, yes.
Yes. Oh man, this candy kind of getting them. My eyes are watering a little bit. So I'm not even a Nashville hot chicken guy. I go,
okay.
Neither am I. Can I have the mild? I'm just like, you know what? I want to taste my food. I don't want to. But I'll tell you what, I can still taste the cherry flavor.
Good.
I'm surprised how long that's lasting. It's still producing a lot of, we'll say, wetness, saliva in my mouth.
Yeah.
But it's not, I like it. I can see how what he says here, the endorphins will keep you focused. It tastes delicious as well. He's correct. And I'm just not making it up. I'm really not a spice. I don't even eat hot tamales.
Oh, yeah.
As a candy sold everywhere. I don't eat those things, or Red Hots. I don't, when I go to the movie, I do not ever buy Red Hots, even when I was a kid. So I just, I think I could see this probably working well as I'm driving into Nashville to keep me alert.
Yes,
for the road.
There's a lot of long haulers that enjoy eating this to keep them awake, semi truck drivers and that kind of thing. Also, people who do extreme sports really like it as like a kick right before they go do a tournament or something like that. I've definitely heard of that.
It's a little bit different. So it's a different kick than a caffeine kick. This is
definitely
for sure, because with a caffeine kick, you're going to have a quick high and then you're going to crash.
Yes.
With this, as long as you keep popping one in, you're not going to crash. You're just going to keep going.
Yes, and it builds.
And we know if you drink too much caffeine, you're probably going to crash because you're just going to be all, like that. But I know how I am when I drink too much caffeine.
Me too.
Even though everybody says, have you had your coffee yet before they talk to me? So and those that do that, I appreciate it because they know Dan needs his coffee. Yeah. Anyway, so hey, we're going to move into how you sell a lot of your product. Let me bring that up on the screen. And that is with your Nashville Hot Sweets website. And if I can switch my banner out here, that is the website there at the bottom of your screen, folks. Check that out. You can follow along with us right now. So tell me, what's some things you want to bring out and point out on this website?
Well, definitely. I mean, the candy is the main thing. Right now, we have a very limited amount of our summer hot boxes. And the hot box is what I have here next to me. Our summer hot box includes a popsicle mold with 3 different flavors of spicy popsicle mix, which is a completely unique product that is, once again, just a roller coaster for your mouth between the hot and the cold. And it also has 6 different sample bags, which are the smaller bags here, of 6 different flavors. It comes in both hot and hurt. So you can get all hot flavors or all hurt flavors. And it's $25, free shipping. And we have a very limited amount left before we switch to our fall hot box, which will not have the spicy popsicles in it. It will have a new fall spicy themed product. So I'm really excited about that. But the Nashville Hot Box Summer Edition has really been flying off the shelves. So if you want to try your spicy popsicles, you should definitely go and get it right now because we only have a few left. And then also we have under the spicy candy tab on there, we have our 4-ounce bags. And that's what I have here. It's a really great shareable size, which is another reason why I wanted to bring this candy to market is I think the shareability of it and the shared experience of having something spicy is a really beautiful thing. You have people with different heat tolerance levels. So it's always fun to like bring them out at a party or a barbecue or family dinner and check what everyone's reactions are. So I really love the 4-ounce option as well. And then in addition to that, we have Nashville Hot merch. I'm wearing right now our t-shirt, our black t-shirt. It says deceivingly spicy, delightfully sweet on the back, which I think is kind of a nod, wink, wink, funny phrase. And then we also have the future is spicy t-shirt on there, which is one of my favorites as well. A few different cool designs and posters. We have fur pillows, a really cool coffee mug that changes. It goes from black, and then when you pour your coffee or hot liquid in it, it says "I like it hot" and has the candy emblem on it.
Yes, I need that right there. That's what I need. I need
it's
a
my
coffee
favorite
mug that changes because then I will know that I'm actually got coffee in it. So
yes, and when it gets cold, you know.
Oh, so when it goes cold, it goes back to it. Oh,
yes. So I really love that. I've got 4 kids. My coffee always seems to go cold, so it's a great indicator of that. And then we have hats on there as well. And the funniest one, in my opinion, is the Nashville Hot Briefs, which is the underwear on there.
I wasn't going to bring that up. I was like, okay.
We have had.
I know you're married, and his name is Patrick. Do you have him running around the house in these?
Oh yes. 100%. 100%. You know I do.
And you just called him out right now in public for wearing those around the house. So
yep. He better be waiting at home.
Now everybody's going to want to post you to post that on Instagram, right?
Oh, okay. I mean, that's all for me, guys. I mean, that's only for me. I earned that right.
Yes, that's only for you for sure. And I'm just joking. And I'm probably Patrick probably is like, shut up, dude. Come on. Because she'll probably try to push it. But, I know he is a really good, even business partner with you. He
Absolutely.
helps you a lot behind the scenes. I know, especially when you're doing your lives, which I've seen a couple of times on Instagram. You've gone live. You're doing it Sundays, correct?
Yes. And I will be doing it this Sunday, too. After I get home from a family event, I will be going live and doing a giveaway on my Instagram tomorrow night.
So everybody, here is her Instagram. Easy again, Nashville Hot Sweets. If you haven't followed her, get out there and follow her, and then you can get notified when she goes live. Just make sure you turn those notifications on. Mm-hmm. And I was really interested in the last one you did. You did one with talking about vinyl records, and you were really interacting with your audience about what kind of vinyl they like. Do they even have vinyl? And I looked around and going, I don't have any vinyl. I used to. I remember having Kiss albums when I was younger, and then but everything got scratched, and we all went away from vinyl when CDs came out and cassette tapes came out. yeah, this is showing you how old I am. I used to have 8 tracks.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, I'm
I've
old.
listened to music on 8 tracks.
Oh, do you?
I
Wow.
have. I have listened to music on 8 tracks in an actual car with an 8 track player. If that shows you how old the car was.
But I just found it very interesting that you were able to make a connection with your followers and talk to them about something that wasn't just about the candy, you know. And I
Yeah.
think that's very important, especially for people creating content online. It's finding a way to be uniquely you and bringing that content out and being able to just connect. You know, people want to
Yeah.
talk about, people want to know that they're connecting with you. So tell me, going back to the web and your sales there, how far have you been able to reach out to the world, to the United States, or to the world?
Well, I have actually been creating, I love that question. I have actually been creating a map showing the United States. It's on my Instagram. I plan on posting an updated map that shows where I've sold in the United States. So far, I've only got 2 states, I believe it's two, left. I think it's North Dakota and Delaware. So if you're from there or know someone there, get them to to buy from us so I can finish out the map. But since attempting to do domestically, we've actually had several international sales. We've had Canada and Ireland, Australia, the UK, and that always really blows my mind that somebody in a different country is enjoying something that I made. I think that's a really beautiful thing. Uh-oh, I can't hear you, Dan.
Probably help if I take my mic off of mute.
I gotcha.
Sometimes I mute it just so I can move around and not make a bunch of noise. But anyway, going back to my question, I know you've had a lot of reviews from online. We'll just call them hot fanatic people that love to review hot products, anywhere from pepper, spices to everything. But they've reviewed your product, and kind of tell me how that went.
I love it when we get YouTube reviewers. I've been lucky enough to have several people in the spicy food genre review my candy. And these are people such as Johnny Scoville, who was on a great documentary on Netflix called We Are the Champions, which is about spicy food competitive eating. There's an episode featuring him on there. I've also had Mike Jack Eats Heat, who is also from that episode, and he is a Guinness World Record holder for eating all types of different peppers and foods. They have both reviewed the candy and had nothing but wonderful things to say about it, which is just so cool to hear that somebody who's tried such a variety of spicy foods enjoys the product that I'm making and says that it's, very unique. I've also had people who aren't necessarily specifically in the spicy food range, but also in the sports and extreme sports, mountain biking, that kind of thing. Brian Ams is one of those people who reviewed my product and kind of opened up a different market for me as far as people who were into extreme sports or, outdoor sports and want a kick of capsaicin. And candy seems to be a really great vessel for that because, again, of its shareability and its portability to events and different sporting outings and that kind of thing. I have been lucky enough to have some really great reviews, and I hope they keep coming. I love it when even not the huge YouTube stars, like I watch every single YouTube review, any review really of my candy. I love hearing what people have to say. It really fills my cup. It makes me it motivates me for what I do every day, hearing people enjoy it.
Well, I'm going to give you a review right now. I
Okay.
have that piece of candy is gone. And that was one piece, but I still feel the heat. I
Yes.
still feel. I mean, it's not as much as it was earlier, and I'm gonna admit I'm a little wimpy. So hey, that's fine. I'll own it. Obviously, I still have this bag of hurt over here, and I want to try it, but I'm going to have to do it off camera, and then I will give you an off camera review.
Okay.
Or I might actually film it and just, and put it up on Instagram later or something like that.
I would love
when
that.
I'm not trying to do a live because I'm afraid already I got a little bit of, tearing up going on here. And I'm afraid if I try this hurt, I'm going to have to just in the show. So we've already said that. But, I'm really surprised how long the heat is lasting. So
it really does.
thank
you.
Thumbs up on that. And if somebody was really wanting to go through this, I mean, I don't know how many pieces are in here, but
it's about 15 in the sample bag.
Okay.
0.7 ounce. It's just under an ounce in the sample bag. And definitely if you put more in your mouth at once, it is very hot. And if you just keep going one at a time, one after another, it builds in heat. Like if you don't stop and drink something, it will very much build.
Okay, you said drink something. So I have heard different things that you're not supposed to drink water when something's hot. You're supposed to drink milk. I mean, you're the expert. You tell me.
Well, I'm not the spicy food eating expert necessarily. I'm not a very big spicy food. I have a very low heat tolerance. I didn't grow up eating spicy food. I've really only done it since I met my husband, so I have very low tolerance. But I have heard from people who professionally eat spicy food that if it is something that is so spicy that it's a challenge, there really probably isn't any liquid. There isn't any relief that you're going to get. It doesn't matter if it's dairy or non-dairy or cold water or not cold water. You're not going to get relief. And a lot of these challenges have like a period of time where you aren't supposed to reach for anything. And I feel like once you get past that initial challenge, really, you don't need anything. I've heard even drinking water can make it worse because it spreads it over your mouth.
You're saying challenge. So I'm thinking, are these people competing with hot food? Or what are we talking about when we say challenge?
Challenge in the spicy food realm is usually a product that is specifically for people who are looking to have a painful spicy food experience. It's something that is above the heat tolerance of the average person. And it's usually something that has like directions on it. Like I know there's the Packy One Chip Challenge. There's a few others. There's like the Death Nut Challenge, which is by Johnny Scoville, who has reviewed my candy. And those are foods that they have to ingest within a certain amount of time. And then they have a certain afterburn period where they don't eat or drink anything. And they just kind of have to let it affect them in order to complete the challenge. So that's definitely something I'm looking into by the end of the year, having something that would be a competitive challenge eating level with my spicy candy.
So you will be blowing the minds of those select few then, right?
Hopefully.
I won't be one of them. I can tell you
right.
I'm not going to be one of them. But hey, if you can get these, we'll just say dedicated people,
very dedicated,
to go and try your candy when they're doing this challenge. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
There's a market for it.
I 100% don't understand what somebody would want to do that. But hey, everybody has a different thing that they enjoy in life. So that's pretty cool that somebody is out there that is able to, I don't know, just turn around and say promote your product because you were able to give them that experience. Great.
Exactly.
But I also like that you have something for a guy like me.
Yes.
That now I'm going to hold on to the rest of this pack because I know when I'm driving into Nashville or going on a road trip, this will keep me alert because everybody's got to admit you've been a little tired behind the wheel and you pull over and you get coffee, but it doesn't last long. And then you got to go to the bathroom, so you got to pull over again. So this now is making me think that I found something else. So when I'm driving my son to Cincinnati and when I'm going up there to see my granddaughter for her birthday at the end of the month, I'm going to take this pack and use it to help keep me awake because that 10-hour round trip is kind of something. So
yeah,
anyway.
I hope it does. I hope it helps you.
It will. I've definitely. Shoot, look at it already doing.
It definitely makes you have a reaction,
Yeah.
and I do enjoy having a mild heat level for people who don't necessarily know where their heat tolerance is. That way, it's a more approachable, spicy food for them to try.
Now you're doing pretty much all of this as a solo person, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have a commercial kitchen, which I know you're leasing, and you go in there and you create all of this. Obviously, you're buying your packaging, and your packaging comes in. You're doing all the packaging, the sealing, the shipping, all of that yourself, and
Yes.
raising 4 kids.
Yes, sir. And
Are
making
you crazy?
dinner for my husband too.
Wow. And all right, Patrick, come on now.
he makes dinner plenty, but I still do some nights.
Well, okay,
It's a shared task.
you saved him there. So how do you balance that between your family and running this business that's obviously doing very successful? You've hit 48 of the 50 states already, in multiple countries already too. So how are you making that balance?
Well, I think that's a question that many women get, is what is your work-life balance? And my husband, I'm so lucky to have him, because for many years I've been a stay-at-home mother and been able to raise my kids, while being in the home and being there with them. But this is such a different thing, having to run my small business sort of partially out of my house. Like, I'm printing labels at home, I'm like still doing things all at the same time. It can get a little crazy, but I think once you have 4 children, you already are really great at managing, putting out fires everywhere. So that I just transfer all of that to the business aspect, and I do the best that I can in every facet. I'm also a Girl Scout troop leader too, so I have a lot on my plate, but I try to give everything my attention when I'm there, and sometimes you just got to do it all.
Well, one thing I want everybody to hear that's watching, or if you watch this on replay, this is why I love supporting local. These business owners have a story to tell. They are moms and they're dads, and they are part of our community. So it's very important, even if you're not in the 615, support these local businesses. Reach out, go to NashvilleHotSweets.com, order something up. Even if you don't, I don't like hot food, they got merch on there. You could still show some support that way. And hey, you probably got somebody in your life that does like hot food. Get them a gift. Hey, start stocking up for Christmas now.
Exactly.
Because like she said, that summer box is about to go away. So that fall box is coming up. So you want to go ahead and get that ordered up now before they run out. Because I think when you run out, you're not producing anymore, because you're going to go into the fall flavors, correct?
Exactly. And we'll be releasing that very, very soon.
All right. So, hey, I also wanted to bring up is that, I didn't do it earlier. You are on Facebook too. I know we've talked about Instagram quite a bit. So you are on Facebook, and some people love Facebook more than Instagram.
Yes. All the same stuff on Instagram is on Facebook, and we're also on TikTok too.
Okay.
Trying to do that.
Yeah, now, see, I don't have TikTok up on the screen. I don't even know how to do that. So,
it's a learning phase for me as well. I am not well versed in the ways of TikTok, but I try the best.
Well, yeah, I think it's great because you are producing what I've been watching you for a little while, and as you know, and commented quite a few times that you produce a lot of content, and you're creating, working on your candies, packaging, doing all this stuff, but also producing content for your social media. And it's not just content always just to show product. You're producing, like I said last week, you did that live and talking about vinyl records. So, you know what, guys? I think Rachel is a great person to follow at Nashville Hot Sweets. Just Google it. You'll find, Instagram, Facebook, and their website. Get out there and do some supporting. Rachel, you got anything else you want to bring up that I have totally just brain farted about and didn't bring up?
I think we're good. See me in person at the Pilgrimage Festival in Franklin in September, and check us online
Do
at
you,
NashvilleHotSweets.com.
do you know who's headlining that show, that festival? Have you heard?
Maren Morris, Dave Matthews, and I
Wow.
know there's someone else I'm leaving off who's a big name, but
Now, if you
lots of big
got
names.
you got one of those people to try your candy,
Oh,
you just need to send some backstage.
oh man, that's
just
a
like
fantastic
just
idea.
send them some backstage. You never know what might happen because
That's
one
a
of
great
them people
idea.
try your candy, boom, there you go. Then you're gonna have to hire
Yeah.
employees. So sorry about that.
I would love that. I would love that.
I think you're getting pretty close anyway. I know we've
I hope
had
so.
that conversation a couple
Yes,
of times because
I hope
I
so.
keep telling you you are about to blow up, and I really see it happening, and I'm really excited for you too. So,
Thank you. Thank you so
and
much.
Patrick, thumbs up to you, bud, for helping watching the kids tonight, so Rachel could come down here to Pleasant View and do this interview. So I want to give you a round of applause too. Good job. Hopefully you were able to get the kids to bed.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, Rachel, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. And
Thank you.
like I say, everybody continue to follow, continue to support her, and we'll just see where it goes because I think we're going to see some great products coming out. I'm really interested in what these challenge products are going to be. I know she can't say much about it now, but if we're going to keep following it and get updates on that. So thanks again,
Yes.
Rachel, for your time.
Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate it. And I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
being here.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Well, that is the show for tonight. I want to thank again Rachel from Nashville Hot Sweets. I want to thank her husband for giving her the night off from the kids to come here to Pleasant View and be interviewed by this crazy redhead. And looking forward to, I think next week. Yeah, next week we have another guest. Stephanie Aycock, she is a realtor in Nashville and all around, I would just say, Middle Tennessee. I'm going to get a lot of insights about what's going on in this crazy, crazy Nashville market because right now, if you're not from here, you don't know what's going on in Nashville, but oh my God, it is blown up. I mean, it's just, even with the pandemic, people were still buying up properties like crazy here. I know I sold a property in Nashville before I moved to Pleasant View, and I was just surprised how much equity I made on that place. So it's a definitely a seller's market. We don't know how much longer that'll last, but next week we're gonna dig into those questions a little bit and let Stephanie talk to us. I mean, she is, a business. She's a realtor, and looking forward to that. And I know we've got a few more shows scheduled up. I am going to have Chris come in from Chomp Shop the last Saturday of the month. I believe is the 28th, if I'm right. Let me look here. Yes, the 28th. So Chris is going to come in, and he is going to be on the show, and we'll obviously talk about his business and what he's doing with schools and all these other promotions because I know he works with Cars and Coffee. Down in Franklin, which is a huge cruise in. I wish I had half of those cars showing up at ours, but maybe one day. We'll see. But anyway, we're going to say goodnight. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. And if you liked it, and please remember to, let's see. I think it's over. If I can get my finger right. Right there. Subscribe. Yeah, there we go. Right there. Subscribe to us. And click that bell too, because if you click that bell and say all, you will get notified when we go live. Yes, we do a 10-minute countdown timer because that allows everybody to join. And but we're live at the time we say we're going to go live, unless something technical happens, which thank God has not happened yet. So anyway, good night, peace out, have a good one, folks.